I'm tired. I'm surprised it's almost midnight right now, and I feel like I'm gonna change. Well, before I can change my clothes, I have to take off my clothes and take a shower, wash the makeup off my face before bedtime once I put my pajamas on. Well, guys, that party was sure as a blast. Even though the formal night involving formal dinner time with my family and karaoke, we've been doing this to pass the time while we're still in the middle of the sea. And tomorrow, we're going to arrive at Ensenada, Mexico at after 8 o'clock a.m. until we have to go back before we might be departed at the cruise at 5:30 p.m. I don't know what Ensenada in Mexico is like right now, since it's been like, I don't know, maybe like 5 or 10 years, I think. But I'm feeling certain, what if there's some modern changes in Ensenada, since today is 2022? And I would like to thank you for joining me on the whole sea cruise day, ever since we didn't arrive to Ensenada until we heard the announcement that we're going to arrive in Ensenada, Mexico tomorrow. I bet there's going to be mariachis, singing, the dancing folk girls, the one with large, the oversized skirt, the one with dancing like this. And before the family photo night, I was watching the downloaded movie in my phone is the Three Caballeros movie, so I can understand Panchito. Surely he's a Mexican cowboy, but he sure makes himself the great Mexican history teacher, because he's good at teaching, like, what is piñata? For example, like, he said that piñata is full of surprises, presents. It is the spirit of Christmas. And of course, in Mexico, they sing, well, I'll tell you tomorrow. It's hard for me, but before bedtime, I'm thinking rewatching Three Caballeros, the part where Panchito talks about piñatas and the children in Mexico looking for shelter. Pasado, or, well, they want the Mexican word for shelter. And now I hear something about La Banderita Mexicana. It reminds me what Panchito taught me about. In the middle of the Mexican flag, there is a eagle killing the snake, grabbing and killing the snake in the middle of the lake. And this is before the large Mexico City was built on the lake, until the lake got smaller. Yep, this is why I call Panchita. I don't know why I say Panchita, because what am I thinking? What if there's a girl version of Panchito, or a gender swap version? Which I'm having a hunch there could be a fan making a gender swap version of Three Caballeros called Three Caballeras. The female version of Three Caballeros, which I feel like, what if there is? What I want to say is, now that Panchito teaching me piñatas in Mexico City and all of its culture and folk history dancing, this is why I call Panchito. He's got to make himself the great Mexican history teacher. Like, what if he is a teacher of Mexican history class? Because he seems very wise and so knowledgeable. And he's very charming and fun-loving. And now, by the time we finish the tour in Ensenada, Mexico, of course, you have a certainty that I'm going to congratulate Panchito for encouraging me to learn and get enthusiastic with Mexico and Mexican culture to learn and explore. So I can understand Panchito's knowledgeable perspective on Mexican histories and today's history. So I think that was all I tell you. Oh, and stay tuned for the sequel called Barry Violet's Goes to Mexico. Or I would say, Barry Violet's Mexican Adventure in Ensenada. I'll come up with the title. I could have had fun without you guys. Thanks for joining for the fun. Good night, everyone.